Yo, what's up, crew? It's your boy Culture. Back at it again with another episode. This time we finna expand our backs a little bit, you know what I mean? Kinda getting that big back range. Got this boy Marlon already looking crazy off the dome, off the rip. Let me ask you. You got 1 meal left. What's your go-to last meal? Me? Probably gonna, just my childhood. I'd probably say some broccoli and cheese casserole. Some good broccoli and cheese, not that run-of-the-mill blanch. Some broccoli and cheese casserole. I'd probably say like some good old-fashioned sweet potatoes. Yeah, I mean, with the brown sugar on them. I'm going out. I'm not watching calories at that end. What else would I put in there? Probably like some good lasagna, a good slice, some good lasagna, real good cheese, and then some type of like nice pasta. Probably Alfredo flavor, and then a nice like cheesy salad. You know what I mean? And probably some like chicken fried steak. I don't know. Again, we in a big back range. You feel me? But without further ado, let's get into some. Let's see what Marlon talk about.
Marlon Wayans, and this is my last meal.
Oh, he got a lot. See, now if we go on desserts, better than sex cake, aka Heath cake. Some good banana pudding. I would say a fresh strawberry shortcake. And depending on who can do it, nobody can do it like my granny. It's a sweet potato pie. Now I'm very, very skeptical on that last part. Very skeptical on that last part.
Every person has exactly two things in common. We all gotta eat and we're all gonna die. Today's guest is legendary actor, writer, and stand-up comedian who you might recognize from Scary Movie, Requiem for a Dream, and White Chicks. His new movie, Him, is out on September 19th, and he was the only performing arts student at LaGuardia High School to do Shakespeare in sweatpants. Marlon Wayans, welcome to the show.
You did some research, but thank you. But I will disagree. I think most people have two things in common, which is, we all gotta eat and we all gotta die. But I feel like I'm gonna live forever, and I'm gonna miss you all. I'm gonna miss you.
I hope you come speak at my funeral.
I for sure will.
Have you thought about your last meal before?
No, never think
That
about
movie got him
like,
feeling
what
different.
My last meal be, because like I said, I want to exceed mortality. I want to be here forever. And everybody's like, why do you want to be here forever? Because I have FOMO. And so when I go, I'm be so mad. Everybody's having so much fun, and I'm just stuck in a coffin somewhere.
I think everyone's afraid of death. Some people think that by thinking about it, you're sort of getting closer to it, and that makes it more scary. For some people, that makes it less scary to think about it. Which one are you?
I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that just kind of avoid it because I just live moment to moment. And as long as I'm having fun in each moment and I'm collecting smiles, then I don't care about when it ends or how it ends. I just care about what I'm doing while I'm here.
You sound like you're really serious when you talk about living forever. Are you doing any of the longevity stuff?
Absolutely.
Are you sleeping in hyperbaric chambers?
No, we ain't doing all that. But I do have take NAD every day, and I do have green juice, and I work out, 4 or 5 days a week. I try to live healthy, and then I'll have my bourbon and my cigar, my Liga Tridente cigar, and that's my toxins for the day.
They call that the detox-retox
Yes,
process.
that's how I live.
You ready to eat?
I've been ready. Thought you never asked. I'm like, where's the food?
All right, Marlon, for the first course of your final meal, we have the Maple and Ash Seafood Tower. This has that beautiful chili oil and a whole lot of incredible butter infused right into that seafood. And then we have the Dirty Martini with 3 olives, just a little bit of that olive brine in there to really punch up that saltiness. And of course, the pasta back on the Seafood Tower to finish it off.
This whole time you was talking and the whole time they was setting up, I just literally just wanted to dig in. I didn't hear a word you said, And they was teasing me with this. Sometimes I do stand up in Chicago. I will make sure I go to Maple and Ash at least 2 times during that trip. I don't care how many shows I'm doing. I gotta stop by Maple and Ash, and I gotta have me a wood fire grill seafood.
He made them go all out
with the pasta back. Wow. You see what I'm saying? This is our last meal. We did it.
This is it.
We did it. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye. Let's go eat the insides of this little guy.
Let's do it.
I mean, that honestly in itself is like he made them really go all out with that one. Let me see.
Enough kids, she just stopped doing any household tasks because she had her little army of elves. When it was your turn to do the cooking, did you have any signature dishes?
My brother Keenan used to come home, and I would cook him breakfast because that was my way of saying thank you for all that you do for us. So him and Damon, I would always cook them breakfast. I'd have on my daddy's drawers because I couldn't afford my own underwear a lot of time, and I would just chef up some French toast. So French toast, eggs, and I make really good fried chicken.
I've heard that you do have some
Daddy's
issues with
draws are
food
still
safety though.
Really?
Is it true that one time you were making baked chicken and you dropped a piece on the ground?
Oh.
It got dusty and dirty.
You read too much.
And you tried to serve it to your sister Kim, and she quote choked your ass out. Did that really happen?
She did. I just forgave her for that last year.
I'm glad we could be
That all happened.
ending relations.
Well, it wasn't my fault. Yes, it was. And I apologize. I should have apologized to my sister long ago. That was my bad. But I was young. I didn't know.
Yeah, I've done the same thing too. Not
I
in
didn't
this
know how
kitchen.
she knew. I'm like, how did you know? I guess there was like a mark on the floor with a splash, like the chicken, like, bah.
Like a
She
crime
was
scene
like,
investigator
yeah.
scene, the chicken grease.
It was really good.
Did any of your other siblings, either good or bad, have any foods that they made that you remember?
Keenan made really good breakfast. He used to cook for us all the time. My sister Kim makes a great turkey and a great stuffing. She cooks every Thanksgiving.
Dude, seafood and martini. Did your sister Nadia make anything that you remember?
Nadia made moolah mush. So
that?
we was poor, and sometimes we couldn't afford like meat and food and stuff. There was nothing in the closet to eat. So there was like flour, water, salt and pepper, and we had lard. So my sister would fry the lard, make it hot, and then basically make a flour pancake with salt and pepper in it, and we called it moolah mush.
That's crazy, man.
When you in the projects, you're gonna survive. We didn't have time for wow.
I get it,
that's
man.
moolah mush. That's
I get
wild.
it. I think it's kind of beautiful. It's like looking at Great
How
Depression
do you
recipes.
know about moolah mush, bro?
What do you mean, man?
That's crazy.
I read too much.
I don't think I ever said that. You're a psychic.
If you wanted
You
to,
can tell
like,
the white person made this moolah mush too. It's too heavy. And here's what
judge
we're gonna do.
also, it was a Filipino man named Tony.
Really, Tony, for you. But I'm gonna take your moolah mush and I'm gonna dip it in this sauce.
There's kind of a beautiful full circle coming from eating moolah mush to not only eating the seafood tower, but eating it multiple times when you're going on tour. That's kind of beautiful. Like,
I made it, mama.
you really did, though. Do the finer things in life mean so much more to you coming from that poor background?
I'm just grateful, right? I think, period, to God for my entire journey. And yes, being raised the way we were raised with no money, being poor, we were rich in love and rich in family. And if I ever went back to being poor again, I know that you can still be happy there. Money hasn't made me any happier. The finer things in life, I've learned, aren't the finer things in life. The finer things in life is to enjoy life, enjoy every meal.
That is facts. But if money ain't making you happier, my nigga Marlon put some in my pocket. It make me a whole lot happier. Facts. Just saying. Just saying, chat. Money won't make you happy, but it can make a nigga you know happy. And when they start making that nigga happy, it can make another nigga he know happy. So in the end, somebody keep being happy. Also, don't look like some plantain version of some pancakes.
Enjoy every conversation, enjoy every encounter, enjoy your losses.
Yeah.
So there is no bad in life. Everything in life is good as long as you're living.
Yeah.
But being that I'm gonna live forever and this is your last meal, cheers.
That's fine, man. I've also lived a good life, man. I got to eat moolah mush with Marlon Wayans. That's pretty cool.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite stories that you've told, though, is how you used to take your mom out on like weekly date nights.
Yes, ma'am.
And she used to get the Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
You know, so it sounds like being able to introduce your mom to those finer things in life meant a whole lot to you.
That was a treat for me to take my mother out, because my mother always complained about my father never taking her out.
Yeah.
But we were poor. He didn't have money to take you out. You know, I remember she once took her to Benihana's, and you know, Benihana's, she ordered a drink, and that drink came with a ceramic Benihana. And so he took her twice, and my mother kept those ceramic Benihanas as a reminder of those 2 times that my father took her out. I always wanted my mother to feel the love that she always craved, that she sometimes couldn't get from my dad. So when it comes to my mom, I used to take her out every Monday. I don't care where I was in the world. I'm flying to California, or if I'm flying to New York, and I'm taking her out. We go to a great restaurant, and when we pull up to the valet, the driver would open her door, and she'd go, no. My son's gonna do that. He don't like when people open the door for me. He got it. And he grabbed the cane, he got it. So I would get her cane, I hold her hand, I open her door, I take her to the restaurant, we'd eat, I let her order whatever she want on the menu. Well, I want that Wagyu, even though it was like $450 per steak. But it doesn't matter. I mean, and one time she was cursing me out because she had dementia, and she would curse me out, and she was eating this $400 steak. And I was like, look, you're going to have to hold this argument till you get that $400 steak out your mouth. Or we're going to go have sirloin or ground chuck.
We're going to the Sizzler next time.
And so, pay the bill, I walk her back to her car, I take her back home, she go on the balcony and she waved down, hi, bye, baby, I had a beautiful time. I love you, mama, I love you too. And I would drive off, and 2 minutes later, my mother would call me in the car, I had a beautiful time with you. You sure know how to treat a lady. And we had those magical moments until, you know, she finally couldn't do it no more.
Yeah.
But I miss those days. So now I do it with my family, my children, my daughter, my little one. I take her out Monday nights.
Yeah.
We going to dinner.
It's beautiful, man. We got to get to this pasta back situation.
Let's go.
So I'm going to set up. So at the restaurant, what we've learned is they will come out with pasta.
Yep.
And they will take all of the leftover seafood juices.
No, they don't.
No, they don't do that. You're the veteran here.
You take and you dump the pasta
into there. And then we eat it straight out of there.
But you can dump it because that'll make it like...
We'll kind of cook into it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go. Now, what I would like to do
Please.
is we're going to throw some
Toss
of
it
this
in. Toss it in.
pasta in there.
I know this is my last
throw some
meal,
of this
but
fish
I'd
in
like
there.
you to curate this because you're going to live
we're
forever.
do this. I am going to live forever. So this is your last meal, and I'm going to treat you right.
I don't know, man. I'm not calling you daddy, but like I do like appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? Like I do like
I'm your daddy. Now we take this. Boom. Now we going to throw this back in here.
the hell
And you don't
I ain't
put it
gonna lie
all in there.
That look like a slap
Put
shot.
a little bit in there. And now you have some of that pasta back. Boom.
What a romantic date night, Zaddy. Thank you so much for taking me out here.
You welcome, boo.
I don't get to do nice
You
things.
welcome, boo. You know, that's what daddy do. You know, that's what zaddy do. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my white homes. You know what I'm saying?
We've discussed I might be 3% African. We did talk about that.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I told you.
3%.
You still don't have enough to say the N-word.
I'd never said that I
Maybe
wanted
in a
to say
song.
that. To be clear-
Maybe if you're singing lyrics at karaoke, I'll forgive it.
He did say that I could do that, but I want you to know that I don't want to. That's all I'm saying. You know?
You know what's crazy was, I tell my white friends, I say, you got to have a pass. It's like a passport. You have to stamp it with every black person you meet, every new black neighborhood. Just because I give you an N-word pass don't mean that's a universal pass. That goes for the district and the people in the hood that you are familiar with. Everywhere
Facts.
you go to, you got to get a different pass. So you get.
And I ain't stamping shit over
I
here.
appreciate that. But they do redistricting sometimes, and there's an app where you can just see what district, what jurisdiction you're in there. Oh, that's about growing up in such a big, funny family.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit look like it's smacking though. But yeah, he ain't lying. I mean, if you know, there are certain more, I guess you could say progressive people. I'm not one of them. They let you get some passes going.
Completely different without the Wayanses.
Yeah.
Just tracking to In Living Color, you had 5 Wayans siblings. You had Jennifer Lopez. You had David Allen Greer. You had Tommy Davidson. You had Jamie Foxx. You had Jim Carrey. So many things sprung from just that. What ultimately do you want your legacy to be for the comedy and entertainment landscape when it's all said and done?
You know, I don't really think about that. But what I will say is my brother Keenan was a visionary. You know, what he did with In Living Color, what he did with I'ma Get You Sucker, what he did with my family. Like God was in him. Because that came from a very special, unselfish place to make sure that his siblings were taken care of, to make sure that he helped his mother and father and buy them a house after he's seen them struggle their whole life. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I've had 5, I grew up in a house with legends. So I think Keenan had the baton and he taught us how to be farmers and agriculturalists. When that baton is in my hand right now, I want us to be industry, education, and philanthropy. And philanthropy I'm passing on, that's my son and them. That's their baton. That's Craig and them. That's their baton.
Yeah.
But we're going to be industry, and we're going to do education, which is institution. And that's continuing legacy. You know, I read the book, 8 Habits of Highly Successful People, and that's the blueprint. Yeah. And so what Keenan and Damon did, and Kim and Sean, you know, they blazed a trail for me, and I follow that, and then I was like, no, I gotta go this way, because I can't follow you guys where you took me, because I gotta take your kids and my kids somewhere else.
If they made a Wayans family biopic, would it just be cast with other younger generation Wayans?
You're goddamn right. That's the only way to do it.
Which Wayans is playing you, man?
My son gotta play me, but he may not be goofy enough to play me. You know what? I'd have to say Axel. My 2-year-old would have to play me.
Yeah.
Because she gets me.
Get ready for the role right now.
She's
man.
Crazy enough. She is little me.
All right, give me 1 sec. I gotta go check on the next course. I need 3 chicken, 1 salad all day, chef.
Yes, chef.
We've cooked meals in this kitchen for some of the biggest celebrities on the planet, and the one thing that every meal has in common is that at least something has come from a Kroger family store. And that's because, well, for true grocery heads like us, Kroger has everything we could ever possibly want. Whether it's fresh arugula and endive you've ever had, hands!
Why are you yelling? We're right here.
I'm sorry, I get carried away sometimes. Food soup from Nobu with a little bit of nigikyo and
I'll pour you.
garnished with a little bit of the endive and the radicchio in it, and then of course the chicken satay from Mr. Chow's with the peanut sauce on the side, and Mr. Chow's special hot sauce, and garnished with a little bit of fresh mint.
Yama.
Can I pour you up? Yama.
Yeah, and I'll pour you. Damn, you have a hell of a pour.
It's actually traditional to overflow the sake glass as a sign of overflowing riches in your life. There he goes.
How's that?
I'll check it. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
What are we eating here? Should we go with the salad first?
Yes. We're gonna go
like,
with the
fuck it.
salad salad. I usually have this when I go to Pache. Sometimes I take Axel on a date there,
Yeah.
and we can go, and she tears the place up.
Talking about filming Requiem for a Dream and Scary Movie at the same time.
I was filming
That's
Requiem
nuts.
for a Dream, Scary Movie, and Dungeons and Dragons,
Jesus Christ.
all at the same time.
Man.
The concept of doing all 3 of those movies at the same time is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm crazy.
I've noticed it's great.
I think you either take your insanity and you turn it into genius, or you just become insane.
That's fair.
You have to do. I'm a doer, and the more
that's
I
completely
do,
fair.
and I don't know, my assistant, I drive her Ebony crazy, and it's because she's like, "You added a show," and I'm like, "Yeah," because I work.
Yeah.
Because that occupies any empty space in my mind. I'm here for a purpose. I'm working.
What are you afraid of that empty space? Because a lot of people like to live in that empty space.
I'm afraid that I'm wasting time. If I'm going to be here, I'm going to leave behind something beautiful, because then if I'm gone, because you know I'm living forever. If I'm gone, everybody's going to have, the world's going to have all this stuff that I left behind that they can watch. And so when I'm gone, I'm still living. I'm living through their laughs. I'm living through what I made them feel. I'm living through what I taught them. This synapse called life. What are you doing in that synapse? I dedicate to my art. I just thought, let me just work. I'm gonna do stand-up. I'm gonna do characters. I'm gonna do drama. I'm gonna go to performing arts high school. I'm gonna go to film school. I'm gonna write movies. What I've applied myself to has allowed me to be something even different than my heroes.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans. I want to be an undeniable force of nature, and that's what my brother raised me to be.
You know, hey, W shout out to the older brother though. Yeah, I mean, you can see how much that really played like an influence for it, because you know he talking about straight legends, and then you know he couldn't do all that without giving his older brother a shout out. That's a real OG.
That's what he whispered in my ear about what success was, and I take that shit very seriously.
It comes through, man. I mean, comedy, drama, intensity, it all comes through in your movie Him. And all of those things come through really, really hard. I believe Jordan Peele took you aside on set and said, hey, let me take 15 minutes to tell you how special you are.
You be reading too much, will you?
I read a lot, man. I like to
you
read.
On my shoulder?
Here's the thing.
Snowflake, you watching?
But why do you think Jordan took the time to do that?
Because I think Jordan understands that we're made from the same cloth. Mm-hmm. Jordan Peele understands how hard it is to do sketch, how hard it is to do comedy, how hard it is to be able to take this light and this energy and this desperate thing that you have to make people laugh and to hone that energy into making people feel.
Yeah.
And then to come out of that energy to make people laugh again. There's rare people that know what it takes and have assigned themselves to this tireless journey of being an artist.
Oh, man. Dig into the soup. The soup's getting cold, man.
Oh, thank God, because it's spicy. You're going to sweat.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're going to ask me for my washcloth. Oh, yeah.
Shit. Ooh, that is, man.
Ooh.
All spicy seafood. This is...
That one right there. Woo!
Talking about this idea of legacy and charging hard for greatness, and you're obviously on track to be like one of the goats of comedy. In the movie Him, they take a pretty harsh lens on the idea of sacrificing for this idea of almost being this kind of God-given savior. There's so many different parallels to your life that you could draw from that movie, but I'm curious where you found the most similarities.
I know you
I
saw
don't
your
know if
bucket.
Jordan Peele and Justin Tipping know, but they probably saved my life.
No shit.
I had lost 65 people I loved.
Jeez.
And I had a baby, a new baby, and I was doing so much. And then I got this movie, Him. Looked at this character, and I was like, he's dark. So I got to dive in a dark pool to find this character. All right, let's go. So I dove in this murky pool to go find this character. Went on walks, started meditating, sitting in red light therapy, read a bunch of books, read Relentless by Tim Groven. This is what it takes to be a great. And I dove in that pool to get Isaiah. And I grabbed Isaiah's hand and I looked up and I saw Marlon. I saw Marlon Wayans just floating like dead in the pool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, I know I'm getting this character, but I need to go get him.
Yeah.
He's broken, but he doesn't even know his potential yet. Let me go breathe life into Marlon. But come on, Isaiah. So I'm Isaiah meet Marlon.
Yeah.
So him became him. And I understand through God's journey and through the lens of God, understanding what now I'm supposed to do. And I haven't owned what I am or what I do. I've been very humble about, but now you have to own it, right? At this point, you gotta own it. And it only comes from the confidence of doing the work. And I don't get tired because I'm inspired. But this movie allowed me to see through Isaiah's eyes what it takes to be a GOAT, what Marlon needed. And now I feel like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Cheers. Let's have
Cheers,
some chicken
man.
satay.
That boy,
So you're
man.
gonna dip this,
All right.
and then you're
Motivational.
gonna take and put some hot sauce on it. Because I like seeing you sweat, because I'm sweating.
Hey, me too, man.
It's delicious.
Now, Marlon, for the third course of your final meal on Earth, we have the fried chicken flight. The first one is going to be a classic spicy southern fried chicken. We're using some Cajun seasoning on this, and of course, gotta have the Louisiana hot sauce. And then we have the Nashville hot chicken. I know you're a cultured guy, so we're going over to Korea for some sweet soy garlic glazed chicken, and then finally the Sichuan hot chicken.
I just love this. I'm eating with a knife and fork.
That's cultured as hell, eating with a knife and fork on there. Yeah, I mean, and they got him 4 different chickens. So like, they kind of doubled down on it, but they cultivated it at the same time. Culture don't know how he feel on that.
Family make fried chicken for you?
My mother, once.
Just once?
After that, my mama had 10 kids. She was tired.
Yeah.
And we became her elves. And this is the way my mama taught us how to make it when we was little. Marlon, okay, get the flour, put it in the thing, and then mama gonna come in there and do the rest. All right, now take some Lawry's and get some adobe seasoning and some garlic powder. Then take the chicken and throw it in that flour, and then let mama know, and I'll come in there and do the rest. Okay, now put it in the oil and let it boil, and then let mama know when it start popping. Okay, mama, it's popping. All right, now take the chicken, place it one by one in that powder, and then put it inside the pot. All right, mama gonna come in there and do the rest right after you flip this chicken. Now flip it again. Okay, I'm gonna go in there, I flipped it, mama, now it's all golden brown. All right, take it out, put it on a napkin, and put it on a plate. And then mama gonna come do the rest. Okay, mama, it's on the plate. And my mama come in the kitchen, put the hot sauce on the chicken, taste the chicken and go, woo, I made that.
She really was the funniest Wayans.
Brilliant.
She really was.
That woman knew timing. That's my
We all got them all like that, man.
You have one of the most spectacular stand-up specials I've ever seen called Good Grief.
Yeah.
That at the same time is like very raw emotional earnestness about the death of both your parents. And then also just laugh out loud, funny moments. I lost both my parents, and I found that...
Oh, man, you too young for that. How old are you?
Dead mama gang. 33.
Gang. No, dead parents gang.
Dead parents
gang. You too young. That's what...
life.
No, but see, that is what makes me grateful.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at the loss, and they're not think about how lucky I was to have my parents for 48 years. I had my mama. For 51 years, I had my daddy. Because I look at you and I go, oh, come in. It's all right. You wouldn't be you if it wasn't for what they did. And I think deep pain makes for great artists. I didn't think I was ready for anything in terms of dramatic acting, in terms of where I'm going, until my parents died. And once they were gone, something hit me. Just magically, I was like, oh shit. I know what I gotta do. I know what I'm made of. I have this deep pain inside of me now, where I used to have to manufacture tears. They're just a thought away.
Yeah.
And then I go, what's funny about the things that hurt me the most? And that's when I got funny. When I started talking about what hurt me. And telling the truth, the painful truth in a funny way is what I do. It's how you wire yourself. Is it a burden or is it a purpose?
There's a moment in that special where you start crying on stage, which is an incredible moment. But also for me, even the really dirty stuff, I found that when my parents passed away, everyone expected me to act a certain way. They tried to sort of put me in an emotional box, and all I wanted to do was break out of that because it was so painful.
Yeah.
Was any part of that you sort of trying to take control of your own narrative from that?
Yeah, it was the way I heal, the way I chose to heal.
Yeah.
It was cathartic to go on stage every night and talk about my mother and my father. You know, it's crazy. I'm crazy. Before I did God Loves Me, my mother had passed. So I had a great half hour about my mother passing and what was funny about it. And then I was like, but it's missing something. I need another half hour. And then I did God Love Me, and I was like, I love you, Ma, but this slap happened. I got to talk about this right now. After I finished that special, my father died. And I was like, wow. So now I could finish this special. And I used to go on stage and I would cry a lot. And my nephew, Craig, would come on this road with me, and he'd see me working through this deep pain every night, and I'd go backstage and I would just cry. And I would just cry. On stage, I'd just take a minute and I would just cry because the pain of losing my parents was unbearable. I couldn't sleep at night. I just drink myself to sleep. I went through a whole lot. And what I found was my therapy was jokes.
Yeah.
And so it helped me run from the pain, just cracking jokes. Now I see another person, dead mama, dead daddy. Hey, gang, gang.
Yeah, bro.
Nobody understands that. What you guys? Wait till your mama dies. Wait till your daddy dies. Then you could be in this gang too.
That's a threat.
That's a threat.
It's their last meal. Gang, gang. Right? So it helped me heal.
Yeah.
That's how I dealt with my pain, and I gifted that to the world, because now anybody that is going through some kind of grief, they can look at that special and they go, that really helped me. And then minute 57, I got to sit with Marlon and go, how do you feel?
Damn.
And the reality of my parents being gone hit me.
Yeah.
And in that anxious moment, I allowed myself to be vulnerable, to feel it, and to cry. And then the beautiful thing about my audience, because they've known me so long, and they root for me, because they've known me since I was 19. I grew up in their house. But what you saw was me broken at 57 minutes, me hurting, and then the audience cheers me back to life. Those laughs, those applause, like, come on, Marlon, come on. I pulled it together, and I finished out. You have to assign yourself to healing, that people are rooting for you. There's people that you could lean on. My audience was people I could lean on. I'm glad that every last single face that came to every last single show, y'all don't know how much y'all helped me heal. You're not my fans, you're my family.
We're back in the world.
My fault, my damn wire started tripping on there. But yeah, man, it's a real motivational on there. Real motivational, Marlons. I get it.
Final course of your final meal on Earth. We have the Sweet Lady Jane triple berry cake garnished with some extra fresh blueberries, and then we have our ode to the Cipriani's meringue cake. We made some vanilla meringue with the egg whites fresh and torched it just to set it. Then we have some Blanton's bourbon on the rocks, and of course your Liga Tridente cigars.
I have my own cigar company. That's the other thing I do. Liga Tridente cigars. So this is my signature blend, the Il Bambino. And if you look, it says Il Bambino 723, which is me and my mama's birthday. I was born on my mama's birthday. And it says by Elvira, which is my mother's name. So my mother's immortalized in a cigar. And I know she'll be like, you know I don't like no smoke.
Trolling your mom beyond the grave, man.
Put me on something like a cake. I'm like,
You know why?
Start a cake company.
Because your mom used to have you sing Christmas carols outside your Jehovah's Witnesses dad. Like, she taught you how to do this, man.
Yeah, how to be a troll. So for the rest of my life, I'm a troll. But they're great, great relaxing. I sit down, smoke with my friends, hang out, have me a nice whiskey. You know.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Now this cake and this cake.
Tell me about the cake.
This cake is a family favorite. For my family, we always had like cheap cake in a box. Entenmann's cake. That's what raised me and my family. The Entenmann's lemon cake.
Yep.
So it was lemon with coconut shreds. And so this was kind of the upgrade that Kim found for my family by Sweet Lady Jane's, which is a wonderful bakery. We've been going there for years, my family and I. And it's one of my favorite go-to cakes. Every year on my birthday and my kid's birthday, we have the Sweet Lady Jane's 3-berry cake.
Both of these, man, this is such LA greatness right here, man.
So when they need to box this, Entenmann's need to buy Sweet Lady Jane's and box this, because there is no bad part of the cake.
Yeah.
And this cake, this pie, is from Cipriani in Beverly Hills. Jeez. And I just got familiar with this probably maybe 7-10 years ago. Maybe 7 years ago. I was in Saudi Arabia. I was in Jeddah, and I was doing a show in Jeddah. And I ordered this pie, I seen it on the menu, and I was like, it sounds like it'll be great.
There's a Cipriani in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. And they have, I think, a Mr. Childs. Like, Saudi Arabia is pretty hip.
They just took Beverly Hills and put it in Saudi Arabia.
They did. And then, so it's like, you have this Beverly Hills section, and then sand. Sand and, like, clay buildings. But they have the Cipriani's there, and it's really good. And
Dude, I mean, this is an incredible cake.
it just makes me happy. It just rocks your mouth to sleep.
I want to ask you about, you don't stop working. You work 7 days a week. You've sacrificed so much. You've given up a lot. You've also
And I'm
given a lot
promoting
to
a movie,
people.
him.
Well, no, I wanted to talk about this because the tagline of that movie, and I'll watch any movie where this is a tagline, is, what are you willing to sacrifice? Now, from my own viewpoint, I generally see that and I go, probably not as much as this movie's going to show me, but you, starring as the person who sacrificed all that in that movie, did you watch it and just go, I'm willing to sacrifice the world for greatness or die trying? Because it seems like you're on that war path right now.
I'm willing to sacrifice the world, but not my world.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to sacrifice strong bonds with my family, time with my kids, saving a little space for some real healthy love. But I'm willing to sacrifice all the bullshit and transform all the energy and all the distractions into my art, right? Time is the most valuable thing that we have, and as we sit here having our last supper, the only thing that is valuable to me is time. So I want things that help me manage and create more space to have more time for the things that I love outside of my art.
You said when your parents died, the training wheels were off because your dad was always the pillar of your family, and now you had to be the pillar of your family.
Yeah.
When your child came out as trans, I know that was a big testing moment for you, for what it meant to be the pillar of your family.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what you found out about yourself through that process.
I found that my child, first and foremost, they deserve their anonymity.
Yeah.
And all children deserve, even though they're grown, to have their space to just develop and incubate in their own way. And Kai healed me. Their journey with what they went through, they were a vessel to my healing. I was broken from my mother's death. I was trying to put myself back together with my father's death, and I was dealing with this transition. God was trying to lead me personally somewhere, but I was deflecting. And God took the very thing that I love most, was my children, and he taught me acceptance.
Yeah.
Taught me healing. My life has been completely different because of them. They brought me to the healing I couldn't find for myself. And so I'm grateful for that. Some people look at things and go, oh, it's terrible that you went through that. No, I didn't go through nothing. I went through everything God wanted me to go through, and I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And as long as they're happy, I'm happy for them. All I want as a father is I don't care about success. Y'all can live with me for the rest of your life. If you're happy most of your day, then you're successful. And all I want for them is to know that I love them. And that's all. I love you wholeheartedly for two forever times infinity plus one day.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Cheers, friend. With all this talk about God, what do you think happens when you die?
I don't know. I think you're in a box and and it's a wrap. I hope it continues.
You had a Baptist mom, a Jehovah's Witness dad.
I have no faith.
You're a man
No.
of God and you got no faith?
No
What the hell
faith.
are you doing out here?
I don't know. Nobody's ever came back from the dead like, yo, you gotta die. You gotta get here. This shit is popping. So for me, that's why it's important for me to live this life.
Yeah. You ready to jump in the lightning round?
Yeah, let's go.
Who's the one person, dead or alive, you'd want to share your actual last meal with?
Jesus.
What song do you want to be played at your funeral?
Never would have made it. Never would have made it without you.
Who's your dream eulogizer at your funeral?
I would like each one of my family members to eulogize me. My nephews, my nieces, my kids last. I want them to feel the pressure of going last. And even though they don't like to talk, I want to hear what they have to say about me.
When you said Terry Crews had a crush on you in character for White Chicks,
He did.
like you think he actually
He was
would-
trying to beat this.
But like you think he would have? Like you think he would have hit?
No, I think
would've, I think he would've.
Terry fell in love with my White Chicks character. Yeah,
I'm
I
dead.
start seeing him. He'd be like, oh, snowflake. I was like, hey, bro, we just acted.
Finally, Marlon, are you happy?
Very.
Marlon, if you want to deliver your last words to that camera right there.
I hope that you felt seen. And I thank you for seeing me
Amen.
and making me feel seen.
That's Marlon Wayans, everybody. Give it up. Everyone, make sure you check out him in theaters on September 19th. Marlon,
And check me on tour, Wild Child Tour. Check MarlonWayans.com. Hit me on Instagram at Marlon Wayans, Facebook Marlon Wayans, Snapchat Marlon Wayans, and Let's do this. Thank y'all people, the family, for riding with me all these years. My best work is ahead of me, and I think my best work is in the movie Him. Go watch it, September 19th. If you don't love me.
It really is an incredible movie. I'm not going to pull that emotional manipulation, but I will say it's an incredible movie.
The perfect way to elevate all of your meals. The Last Meals bar set is available now at Mythical.
That's actually crazy. Damn, I gotta find the list. Can I swear that they came out with Vanessa's? Fair. I should watch Sean Evans though. That'd be the. I forget what just. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Steve-O's a contender, man. Britta, it's fine. I said Vanessa Hudgens. I feel disrespectful. It was Victorious, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was probably. Oh, Becky Lynch was here? Nah, we're gonna go back up. Man, we're going to Brenda's song, bro. What?
We're back in the world of Harry Potter, where the best bakers compete
sorry,
to create
McCollum.
enchanting showpieces. Let the baking and tasting.
I'm sorry, McCollum. Like, I always had a crush on Brenda. We gotta react to Brenda.
It's my last meal.
Every person has exactly two things in common. We all gotta eat and we're all gonna die. You might recognize today's guests from her roles in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, New Girl, The Social Network, and her new show on Netflix, Running Point, out now. In her spare time, she's an amateur funeral director for pet fish. Brenda Song, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Now, Brenda, you technically live in a fish graveyard. I believe you have given full funeral rights to all of your pet fish have died. Normally, they get flushed down the toilet. Tell me about that.
So I've never really had fish before, and my baby daddy / fiance loves keeping fish, and so he convinced us to start a fish tank, and I was really excited. But the thing about me is I get extremely attached to animals, and within the first couple of days we had fish dying, and I was very upset because I started naming them, and he's like, "You don't ever name fish."
I didn't know that either. I would immediately name the fish.
I started naming fish, and so we, in our backyard, he would do a whole funeral procession.
When you say funeral procession, what does that look like for a pet? We're talking muskets in the air.
It's us holding. We're walking out. We march out. We bury him, and Mac, my partner, will sing Amazing Grace, or play some crazy Scottish bagpipe music.
Thank you for coming on the show. Have you thought about your last meal before?
I actually have. It's funny enough, one of the things Mac and I talk about, we both have such a love for food. When I first met Mac, he was actually living in Paris. It's sounds like there's no not bratty way to say that. He was living in Paris.
Oh, if you said living in Paris, then I think you're fine though.
And so we spent, it's the culinary capital of the world. And so we kind of started just exploring, and and for me, I'm a pescatarian. And so it's a little bit harder because Mac loves to cook, and he's always like, "What am I going to cook for you?" And to be honest, I actually didn't eat a lot of fish before I met him.
You can just dig up your dinner from the backyard, if we're being honest.
Never going to let it go.
How often do you think about death?
I try not to think about it, but then also I feel like the fear of death is so large, and I think the fear
I just want to take a second to say she got that
of the
shit on.
unknown. And so, yes, I think about it. I just try to say, enjoy my life because I know that it's coming at some point.
I kind of think about things like sports and food as ultimately just developing out of distracting ourselves from our own mortality, and I think that's really cool. That's the point of life.
Every day. Life is just a distraction from death.
And I am incredibly excited to be distracted with you today. You ready to eat your first course?
I'm so excited, yes.
Let's do it. Brenda, for the first course of your final meal, we have the avocado toast, the coho smoked salmon, a lacy fried egg on top, some microgreens for garnish, and then, of course, we have the matcha latte. This is ceremonial grade matcha, steamed milk emulsified in there with the brush. We did the whole dang thing.
I want to cry.
You can cry, please.
Anyone who knows me, who sees this on a menu, like already knows that this is what I'm going to order. If there's going to be an avocado toast on a menu, I'm a basic LA bitch. I'm like, yeah, I need it. I need to try it. I need to try every avocado toast.
I'm not used to London Tipton saying that she's a basic bitch. We came a long way since Disney Channel. And I'm here for it.
There is in the world. This one looks incredible.
I'm gonna eat this like an absolute slob.
Oh,
like
so am I. There's no cute way to eat avocado toast. That's the only thing.
Which is ironic because it's become such like a cute girl item.
I
Not that it's
know.
gendered. I mess up an avocado toast out there. I go on it.
Oh.
But it is funny that there's no good way to eat it.
No, not at all. And I'm a garbage person. I'm like, I'm not gonna fork and knife this. I'm so sorry.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm so excited, guys. I'm so hungry.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think we harmonized on that.
I can do breakfast for dinner, and I would have this for dinner any day.
This seems like the perfect LA brunch spread. Like you're out in a
It's-
patio at 11 a.m.
I start my day every day. I just have 1 cup of coffee or like an Americano. I don't allow myself any more. But lunch, dinners, whatever it is, I always have green tea or matcha latte, and this is just. There's nothing that this doesn't go with.
Yeah, I agree
favorite.
with that. Let's
I love
test it out with avocado toast.
Cheers. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's creamy and like warm and cozy, but I feel kind of healthy drinking it. I'm like this, right?
It might as well be a green juice.
It's green and it's like, it's a tea leaf. It's a ground up tea leaf and milk.
Brenda, you have been acting for more than 30 years, and you've said that it's your dream job. You get to do it every single day. However, now with Running Point, you finally get to enact your real passion, Lakers basketball.
Yeah.
Does this feel like a full circle culmination moment for your career?
Oh, completely. I grew up loving sports. I have 2 younger brothers. My dad, they watched Chicago Bulls. Like, I grew up as a Michael Jordan fan. Kobe got drafted into the league, and we was traded from the Hornets to LA. I was like, I don't know what it was. I just fell in love with him. And so became a Lakers fan in a house of like Bulls fans. And when I sat down, I had this Zoom meeting with Mindy Kaling, Ike Barinholtz, and Dave Stassen, who are the creators of Running Point. They're big Chicago fans. Like, they're all from Chicago, love the Bulls, and we basically sat down and just talked about basketball for like the first 20 minutes. I was like, oh, these are my people.
That's
I was
a
like,
hell of a job interview. Just
Oh.
talk hoops.
It was incredible. It's the first time that I feel like when I walk onto set, before I even talk about a scene or anything, I go to Dave and Ike, and we're talking about the trades that happened or the game that we watched. Like, we were watching playoff games at Video Village. Maybe I shouldn't say that. We were working so hard all the time. I swear. It's like, it was so nice to be surrounded by
That'd be
people
a
who
wife.
also had, we had so much in common. It was so much fun.
I also will not admit that during a live touring show, I was late to stage because I was definitely not watching an NBA Finals game on my phone and didn't hear my cue. So we've all been there. We've all been there.
Oh, when working on The Sweet Life, you would open my dressing room and I had a life-size cutout of Kobe Bryant.
Oh my
I
God.
was all Lakers out. I watched 82 games a season. The Grips put a monitor under the stages. This was, 20 years ago, so I wasn't like on my iPhone watching it. So
Yeah.
they had a monitor so I could watch the games. So yeah, no, I'm a diehard fan. Like, I went to the hospital watching a game at home.
Doing what?
So I'm born in Sacramento. And all of my family are obviously Kings fans, but I'm a Lakers fan. And so if we remember back in the early 2000s, our crazy rivalry. So Game 7, Lakers sack. We remember the double overtime game.
I believe with Vlade Divac, who was ultimately traded for Kobe.
Believe me, it's the only reason I like Vlade is the simple fact that he's the reason we have Kobe.
You're a real hoop sicko. I
Oh,
love
I'm
it.
psychotic.
Not that I ever doubted you.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
We were watching the game, and it was like so close, and I had just happened to take a sip of water, and we scored. So I was like, every single time we had a possession, I would just take a sip of water, and so I got hyperventilated because we won, and I couldn't breathe, and I started freaking out, and I literally had to be taken to the hospital. And at the hospital, I was trying to make myself throw up so I could watch the press conference, and they had to turn off the TVs in the hospital. And so
You're a warrior. You deserve at least a few championship rings for your dedication to the cause.
So I do have. Speaking of that, So being on The Sweet Life, Jeannie Buss's sister-in-law, she used to bring her kids to the show a lot. And we used to trade like tickets to our show. And she saw what a huge fan I was. And so when, I call it like the Ring Kobe one, even though, there's a whole, in 2009, they offered me, I bought it, they like a team ring. And I was like, of course. So I have a Laker championship ring with my name on it, because people was like, oh, how did you get the ring? I was like, I have my name on it. How dare you? It's my claim to fame is my Lakers championship.
I want justice for Pau Gasol for you calling it the Kobe ring, but that's fine. That's fine. The Gasol brothers have made their mark.
I love Pau so much, love Pau. But it's a house Kobe built.
It's a house Kobe built. It really is. On Running Point, Jeannie Buss and Linda Rambis, who your character Allie Lee is based off of, they're listed as executive producers for it, and they're two of the most legendary figures in the sports world for the behind the scenes stuff, and also two legendary female figures in the world of business in general. Did you get to work closely with them on the show?
They have been so incredible, because I actually just found this out that Jeannie Buss 5 years ago actually approached Mindy about this show, because she felt like everyone has sort of told her story but not her. And this is what people don't realize about Jeannie, is that she has such an incredible sense of humor. She loves to poke fun at herself. She loved The Office, so she's like, I don't want to do something serious. I want to do something silly. My life feels like it's so outrageous. You can't write it. You can't make it up.
Yeah.
And so not only were they producers, but they were very hands-on. Like anytime we had any questions, they were so generous. And don't you think I'm trying to get that inside scoop on the Lakers all the time?
I have to ask, there's a Slovenian player named Badrag on the team, the LA Waves, fictionalized of the LA Lakers.
Yeah.
This is several months before the Luka Doncic trade.
Yes.
What were you doing behind the scenes to make that Luka trade happen, Brenda?
Well, I feel like I made this happen. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We went to a game just a couple of days before this huge trade happened, and I was just saying that Anthony Davis, I was like, this is the best I've seen him in a long time. I was like, this is great. And I was just saying, oh my God, Max Christie, God, his defense looks so good. And then we traded them away, and now we have no defense, which I'm a little nervous about, but we got Len.
Save us, Alex Len, save us.
Save us. So, he's a classic center. We'll see what happens. It's always my worry about the Lakers. We're always very top heavy, and then we're always filling in holes. So hopefully we can get a harmonious, symbiotic team together. Because Luka is, we got Luka and Puka in LA.
Luka and Puka in LA. Someone make the t-shirts.
Oh my God, please, I'll buy it.
Allie Lee has very much what I could only describe as I'll cut you if you mess with my friends energy. She idolizes Joe Pesci from Casino, which is incredible. How close is that to your own personality?
You can mess with me all you want. I don't care. But if you mess with my friends, you're dead to me. When you meet people you love and care about, you have to hold on to them, because that's the most important thing. What is this life if you don't have amazing people to share it with? It's really funny, because a lot of people have asked if if the writers have written certain things for me because of Allie. Allie has 2 kids. Linda Rambis has 2 sons. Jordan and Jesse, and Jordan is actually a producer on the show. And we have so many things in common. Jordan actually took a photo of Linda and I at the first cast dinner, where she and I both were we're both wearing these black jackets. We both had our long curly hair, and we're both talking with our hands. We're the same height. And he's like, "You are my mom." And I was like, I've never been so complimented, because he was telling me really funny stories about Kurt Rambis, her husband, who is, an incredible player, a coach. In the Lakers organization, he's known as Linda Rambis' husband, not the other way around. I just think that's so badass, because they are such badass women.
I mostly know him as mean glasses guy who would just dive into the stands at any given moment.
Oh yeah.
There's a moment where you tell Kate Hudson's character, on behalf of women everywhere, don't screw up, because it makes us all look bad.
Yeah.
That's a really true sentiment. Is that something that you've felt in your own career, not only as a woman in entertainment, but as an Asian woman in entertainment?
1,000%. I remember reading that line and just going, it hit me so hard, because that's how I feel. I'm like, this is my one shot. If I mess this up, this is it. I think I'm getting fired every single day. I remember after we had the first Zoom table read, and they sent me an email saying, oh yeah, for our next one, can you jump on a call half an hour beforehand? And I was like, I'm being fired. I was like, this is it for me. I get on this call, and I'm so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, or did they just tell me I did a terrible job? And they're like, so can we test your internet speed, because it's really slow and you're and I was like, I was like, don't do that to me. And I was like, but that's my mindset. Even though I've been doing this for so long, I still feel like I still have imposter syndrome. Like, I can't believe I get to do this every day and call it my job. Like, it's outrageous.
What gives you that sense of inner peace where you can actually feel like you're relaxed?
When I feel like I don't have to worry about every aspect of my life, I feel like that really has changed so much about like my demeanor and my stress level. So I think that's helped a lot, finding a beautiful partner who really helps me feel really fulfilled in my personal life. So like when I'm at work, I can be a crazy mess because I know everything else is okay. Right. But honestly, like for me, it's like finding relaxing things to do. Like, you know, sometimes it's getting home and putting the kids to sleep and playing Mario Kart for like an hour. You know what I mean? Or it's like a good meal. Like it's one of our favorite things. It's like date night. It's something that we very much consciously do at least a couple times a month where it's like we need to get away, go to a favorite restaurant, just get out and be humans again, or adult humans.
Yeah.
We're back in.
And he better not ever mess up. I will be there to pick up all the slack. Bro. Word to bro. Word to bro. I'll be there. We play Mario Kart any day.
Brenda, for the second course of your final meal, we have the salmon belly sashimi. So this is from Sushi Enya, one of our favorite spots. Thin cut across the green, get that beautiful fat marbling there. And then we have saag paneer with homemade garlic naan. My God, where do we start with this? Because this isn't a normal pairing.
I feel like we have to start cold and then move hot. I feel like that would feel crazy.
I think you're correct.
Can
I pour you up?
Oh, please, thank you. A funny thing, when I was younger, and I, you know, of course, you know, eating sashimi when you're younger feels really scary.
Yeah.
I thought that I like created this hack to like take away my fear of eating sashimi. I would like have sashimi and I would have like a sip of green tea, be like, the green tea is cooking the fish in my stomach.
If you told me that was like, oh, traditionally from Hokkaido, you will drink the warm green tea, I would believe you entirely. It is kids logic, but it is also like very smart kids logic in a certain way. You know what I mean?
That, like
your brain's definitely firing.
It's my favorite though. I could just sit there and eat this all day.
It's like the Wagyu of the sea.
It literally melts in your mouth. And the funny thing is, so I had never really had a lot of Indian food, and I shot a movie in Thailand, and I'm half Thai. And you would think I'd spend the entire time loving Thai food. I went to Thailand and fell in love with Indian food.
Oh, interesting.
And so I basically ate this every day for like 7 weeks. I'm obsessed with it. It was my one pregnancy craving. I didn't have very many pregnancy cravings. It's my favorite.
I love how
so much.
Like beautifully international. Just dig in, rip with your hands, get the ghee all over you. It's such like a beautiful international spread, because the host of my favorite food show once said, no matter how big the world might seem, we all come together when we pass the plate. And
how dare he?
You did an awesome job.
Sir.
Listen,
Sir.
Pass the Plate was an incredible Disney Channel food show. And you did a whole episode on spinach. You said that you ate so many spinach balls growing up that your mom said it would turn your hair green. Was that just a wild line written for the show?
It's a line.
You had me believe, Brenda, that your mother was making something called baked spinach balls.
Nope. It was a complete lie.
Especially your
remember that
Thai
line.
mother who grew up in a Hmong family.
Yep.
I thought was just making cheesy baked spinach balls.
The first thing that everyone knew that's a lie is my mom doesn't cook at all. She cleans. I'm gonna have to pace myself. I will eat all of this.
I'm gonna take you back to like the beginning of your acting career, because you always knew you wanted to be an actress since a very young age. You're obsessed with it. Your grandmother took out her entire life savings of $527 that she got from working as a house cleaner in the Marriott.
Yep.
How much belief did that show in you from such a young age? That's like an incredible act of love.
That's a beautiful thing, and I'm so, especially in hindsight looking back, is that my grandparents were so young, had no idea what they were doing, but they just wanted to give me the best life possible. And I've had such a big dream, and it's all I wanted to do. Like, I genuinely have never remembered wanting to do anything else. I look at my oldest son now. It's about the age I was when I convinced my parents to let me act. Wow. Because it all started because I got really sick and I didn't want to take my medicine, and we had gotten approached by this, like, you know, this modeling school when I was in the mall, because I was like doing the modeling walk.
Modeling schools making out are like 90% of all the people we grew up watching on TV. Is what I'm learning.
It's what it feels like. Like, I didn't want to take my medicine, and so my mom was like, "Yeah, I'll take you to the school if you take your medicine." I understand how big of a liar my mom was, because now, like, my kids, Mac and I always said, we're never gonna lie to our kids. We're gonna talk to our kids and be honest with them. And now I'm like, if you don't get into the bathtub, the dragon drain monster is gonna come out and eat you if you don't get in. So
he's gonna be telling a therapist about the dragon drain monster in 12 years, by the way.
But it's like, so truly, I understand just how much my mom was willing to say anything to get me to take my medicine, that she wasn't serious at all. And so I'm so grateful that my grandma like caved in with my insistent bugging her that I wanted to go to this acting school. Like, when are we going? When are we going? When are we going? And I always say I'm sitting here because I was just very, very fortunate. I've always been sort of like pushed in the right direction, met people who are supportive and understood like this crazy child who had this like crazy big dream at such a young age and believed in me. So I feel so fortunate.
I mean, you've put in so much hard work, and you've been, I mean, so prolific for such a long time. You've like really worked your ass off. And I think just hearing you talk about your childhood, it sounds like you did back then. Did you feel any of that pressure from like your grandmother knowing what she sacrificed, knowing what your parents were sacrificing?
Up until like I was a little bit older, it was just like an after school activity. Like the reason we ended up moving to LA was, you know, everyone talks about coming to LA. Like that's a big thing. Everyone comes to LA. And so for my fifth or sixth birthday, we were coming out to LA to like meet like an affiliate agent. We're coming with another like little girl, and we met this little agent in North Hollywood, and she was like, sure, I'll take on this little Asian girl with her like, you know, bob cut. And afterwards, the other girl had a cattle call audition for a commercial, and a cattle call is just basically where like everyone goes, so it's like it's hours and hours. So we were sitting in the car and it was really warm, and so my mom took me behind the building, and I was playing with like my dolls, and the casting director came out to have a cigarette. It's like the 90s.
We didn't know the science line second-hand smoke then.
And he saw me playing, he had me come in, and I booked the commercial. So we kind of just kept coming back and forth from LA to Sacramento. And it wasn't even until, you know, I booked my first series that we kind of like, my mom made the move with like my siblings out here. And my mom just has always wanted like a better life for us, to sort of break us out of this one of Ouroboros cycle of, you know, culturally getting married young. My mom just wanted us to live a bigger life. And so she just made a home out here for us. It wasn't really necessarily, oh, we're out here because you're acting. She's like, no, this is an opportunity for us to get out of our small little town. And acting was just an after school activity until I was older and had to, you know, made the choice to make it my career.
Tell me about that time when you did make the choice to make it your career. I believe you were 15 years old,
Yes.
and you had just booked the role of London Tipton in The Sweet Life. You had also gotten into Harvard.
Yes.
And your mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer. That's such a formative age for so many massive thing. There had been booked the role. You did make the choice to make it here, because I believe you were 15 years old,
Yes.
and you had just booked the role of London Tipton in The Sweet Life. You had also gotten into Harvard.
Yes.
And your mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer. That's such a
15 fucking years old, chat. 15 years old. She done got into Harvard. W. Brenda Song, man. W. London Tipton.
formative age for so many massive things and decisions to be crashing down on you. How did you deal with that pressure at the time? Who did you have to rely on?
You know, it's kind of crazy because, you know, when you're young, you just are so resilient. You don't necessarily understand the levity of things. I think it just didn't even hit me. And then when I booked The Sweet Life, then got into school, it was just like this amalgamation of, I realized it was the first time in my life that I was like, oh, this is a crossroads in my life. Like, this is a big turning point. Whatever choice I make is going to change the course of my life. And my dad, who's a second grade school teacher, was like, you go to college to figure out what you want to do. And if you want to continue to act, you have a beautiful opportunity to do it, but it can't be an after school activity anymore. It has to be your career. And for me, it was like, hands down, I'm like, this is my dream. Like, there's no way that I can say no to this. And at that time, like, my mom is my best friend. I have two younger brothers. Our family's extremely close, and because we moved out here on our own, we don't have a lot of family out here. Honestly, we really leaned on each other all the time. And I look back and I don't know how my mom did it, because she got breast cancer in her early 30s when she was like 31. Wow. And at that time, she had a teenager and two young kids, and going through all of this. And I don't know how she was going through this and still my support system. It's why, like, when I was working with Disney, I would always I worked a lot with, you know, families with kids who had been affected by cancer, because of course we want to focus on whoever's going through the treatment and all this, but also, you know, having the conversation with your family and being able to have an open conversation with, like, younger children, because it's just so confusing and scary. And because I had two younger brothers, it was something that I felt very passionate about, because one of my mom's oncologists gave me great advice, which is knowledge is power. And she's like, if, you know, when we're in here, write down questions, like, because you're going to feel better. The more you know, the better you'll feel. So I think that really helped me sort of get through it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like some people go the opposite route, where it's like, I'm just going to sort of let go and trust in the system instead of sort of want to know everything. But just having talked to you for like 20 minutes, you can tell you're one of those people whose mind works really, really quickly. And I only mean that as a compliment. And so it makes sense that you would have wanted to sort of know everything about it.
And I think it's just finding that control, sort of like bringing that control back or getting that control back really helped me sort of, work through the trauma, work through the pain. And I'm so grateful. My mom is a 4-time breast cancer survivor. She's thriving.
Hey.
She's, watching my babies right now. Like I'm
Mom.
so grateful. And it's also one of the reasons why I think I probably thought about death more often than I probably should, was because I've been faced with my own mortality, my mom's mortality at such a young age. You don't realize the things that you go through as a kid, how much it affects your entire life. Yeah. I think it's the reason why my youngest brother became a chef, because my mom's breast cancer was all hormone based, so she had to cut out all of the hormones in her diet, dairy, meat, all those things. I actually went plant-based with her. It was vegan for a long time. Sort of my eating lifestyle happened was because of my mom. And so I feel like that my mom going through it actually really dictated like how our futures are and the kind of paths we took.
Yeah, you eventually studied psychology at Berkeley. Are any of these like realizations you've had about your own life and perspective, are those from therapists growing up, from psychology degree, or do you just sit there and think a lot?
Of course I went into psychology. I'm an actor. I love human behavior. I love, figuring out what triggers people to do what. I'm like, I'm the person that sits in a room like this. It's like, how did everyone end up here right now? I want to hear everyone's stories. I want to hear everyone's journeys.
I'll give you like a face.
Please, I love it because
the Facebook. Sorry, go ahead. That was terrible.
You.
I know. I don't feel good about that either.
And I think I looked at myself first, and then when I remember reading my first like little course in psychology, I was like, oh, I became obsessed. I felt like I was like my own first patient. Like I just was like studying myself, and it made me so interested. I was like, oh my God. And I'd never done therapy before. I didn't even understand, because I was like, wait, but that's what I have my friends for. That's what I have my mom for. Like, why do I need therapy? And I remember being like, oh, I get it. Someone objective can help me organize my thoughts and help me basically listen to my own advice. Like, it was fascinating. And so, and I think as an actor, it just kind of goes hand in hand, especially with like character study.
Yeah.
So,
but that's awesome that you've been able to like circle back and do the work, and it seems like you've wound up in such a beautiful place.
oh, thank you. I always say that love me or hate me, I worked really hard to be the woman I am today, so I'm really proud of her.
I'm just shocked there are people that hate you. What are their names? I'll find them. Brenda, for course number 3.
Alright, we're going to end that reaction for today. We'll be back at this tomorrow.